I'm going to go over the rear break fall. The rear break fall is what happens in a situation where you're falling over backwards. And instead of posting as you fall over, you want to diffuse the impact as efficiently and as non-harmful as possible by basically slapping the mat or slapping the ground wherever you find yourself. So although we might have an instinct if we're falling over backwards to post our arms, that's a bad habit to get into and a habit that we want to break, because when you post your arms on the mat, that's when we could break our wrist or injure ourselves in some other way. So rather than post as we fall over backwards, what we're going to do is diffuse the impact by slapping the ground or slapping the mat. And we're going to be slapping at a 45-degree angle like this, not up here, but right here. Another thing we're going to be doing to diffuse the impact and ensure that we don't get injured is tuck our chin to our chest. Sometimes people, they forget this and then they do their break fall and then they smack their head against the mat, and they're going to have a bad time. And if you're doing it outside of the concrete, you could knock yourself out or something like that. So the correct way to do a rear break fall to technical stand-up is to tuck your chin to your chest. We're going to crouch. As we get close to the ground, we're going to round our back, fall over backwards, slap the mat at a 45-degree angle, plant our foot, opposite hand, elbow to knee in a defensive posture. We're going to lift our butt off the ground and swing it back. Once again, from a side angle, we're going to tuck our chin to our chest. We're going to crouch down till our butt almost hits the mat, curve our back, slap the mat at a 45-degree angle, sit up, right foot posts, left foot posts, right elbow to right knee. We're going to lift our butt off the mat and stand up. So if you're having difficulty doing this, or if it's just the first time and you want to practice before falling really at all, you can always just crouch all the way down right here. We're not falling anywhere. We're just in a deep crouch. Chuck our chin to our chest, rock back, hit the mat. Sit up, right foot, left hand, right elbow to right knee, lift your butt off the ground, and then stand up. It's just it's a good way to reinforce muscle memory. You're not falling, you're not potentially injuring yourself. You could even do this on concrete without doing too much damage to your body. So that is how we do break fall to technical stand-up. Now, one of the reasons why we stand up this way is because it is the only way that makes sense to stand up in a self-defense or MMA or really any sort of combat situation or self-defense situation. When we're on the ground, we find ourselves on the ground and there's somebody in front of us, we never want to expose our back, turn around to stand up, of course, and we never want to expose our head by getting on all fours like this and stand up. So that's why we stand up, always in a defensive position. We're mobile from here. We can scoot back either way. We can even attack from here if somebody comes close. We can kick at the knee, which hyperextends the person's knee, which gets them to back off most of the time. And then whenever we're comfortable, we can move from a defensive position on the ground to a defensive position standing up. So that is the rear break fall to technical stand-up.